standing alone before sunrise. The world is silent. No notifications. No voices. No distractions. Only your breathing and the distant echo of history. What if I told you that the greatest enemy of your success has never been another person? It has always been a distracted mind. Tonight, we journey into the world of Niccolò Machiavelli, one of history's most influential political thinkers. This is not a lesson about deception or cruelty. It is a story about discipline, strategy, patience, and the rare ability to remain focused while everyone else loses their direction. As you settle into a comfortable position, let your breathing become slow and steady. There is nothing to rush. Every lesson in this story has survived for centuries because human nature has changed far less than we imagine. Travel now to Renaissance Florence. The streets are quiet, lit only by the soft glow of lanterns. Merchants prepare for a new day, soldiers guard the city gates, and powerful families compete for influence behind closed doors. In this world, every decision carries consequences, and every careless moment can change a lifetime. Young Machiavelli watches carefully. He notices something that many people never understand. Those who constantly react to every distraction rarely shape history. The people who leave a lasting mark are those who decide where their attention belongs, and protect it at all costs. That is the first lesson. Your attention is your greatest resource. Once it is scattered, your strength follows. But when your attention remains steady, your mind becomes calm, your decisions become sharper, and your path becomes clearer. Tonight, we begin with a simple question. If your attention is the most valuable thing you own, who has been controlling it? The first rule of a general. The first rule of every great general is surprisingly simple. Never allow your emotions to command your decisions. History remembers many leaders who possessed powerful armies, endless wealth, and loyal followers. Yet they still lost everything because they acted in anger, fear, or pride. Their greatest enemy was never outside the battlefield. It lived quietly within their own minds. Machiavelli observed this pattern again and again. He saw that the calm leader often defeated the emotional one, even when the odds seemed impossible. Patience became a hidden weapon. Silence became a form of strength. Imagine a commander studying a battlefield before sunrise. His soldiers wait for orders, but he refuses to rush. While others demand immediate action, he watches the landscape, the weather, and the movements of his opponent. Every moment of observation gives him another advantage. Most people misunderstand patience. They believe it is weakness. In reality, patience allows clear thinking. A calm mind notices details that a restless mind ignores. Think about your own life. How many important decisions have been made while feeling angry, anxious, or desperate? And how many of those decisions truly led to peace? The disciplined mind creates space between emotion and action. It breathes. It observes. Then it chooses. That small pause is often the difference between regret and wisdom. Perhaps this is why the strongest people are not always the loudest. They do not waste energy proving themselves every hour. Instead, they quietly prepare while others are distracted by noise. Tonight, remember this first rule. Control your emotions before trying to control your circumstances. Because the first battle is never fought in the outside world. It is fought silently, inside your own mind. Guard your attention like a fortress. Every fortress has walls. Not because the people inside fear the world, but because they understand that anything valuable must be protected. Your mind is no different. Machiavelli believed that a ruler who failed to protect his kingdom would eventually lose it. In the same way, a person who fails to protect their attention slowly gives away their future, one distraction at a time. Imagine an ancient castle standing on a hill. Day and night, the guards watch every gate. They do not open the doors to every stranger. They choose carefully who may enter. Now imagine your thoughts as that same fortress. Every message, every unnecessary argument, every endless scroll through meaningless information knocks on the gate of your attention. Most people never notice how often they open the door. Little by little, their energy disappears. Hours become days. Days become years. And the dreams they once carried begin to fade into memory. The disciplined person lives differently. They understand that saying no is sometimes more powerful than saying yes. They do not chase every opportunity. They do not answer every criticism. They do not feel the need to react to every opinion. Instead, they protect the quiet space where deep thinking can grow. A focused mind is not created by doing more. It is created by allowing fewer things to steal your attention. As the night grows quieter, imagine closing the gates of your own fortress. Outside, the noise of the world continues. But inside, there is calm. Inside, there is purpose. And inside, there is a mind preparing for victories that no one else can yet see. Because every great achievement begins with a single decision: to protect what matters most. Your attention. The power of silent discipline. There is a kind of strength that rarely announces itself. It does not seek applause. It does not demand attention. It simply continues moving forward, one quiet step at a time. Machiavelli understood that the most effective leaders were often the least predictable. They did not reveal every plan. They did not speak of every ambition. They allowed their actions to become their reputation. Imagine a master swordsman training alone before dawn. No audience watches. No one offers praise. The only sound is the steady rhythm of practice, repeated day after day. Years later, when others see his skill, they call it talent. They never witnessed the countless mornings of silent discipline that created it. The same is true for every meaningful goal. Success is rarely built during moments of excitement. It is built during ordinary days, when no one is watching and every excuse feels convincing. The focused mind learns to value consistency over motivation. Motivation comes and goes like the changing weather. Discipline remains, even when inspiration disappears. That is why the strongest habits are often the quietest ones. A single page read each day. A single promise kept. A single step taken toward a distant goal. These small actions may seem invisible, yet they quietly shape the future. As this peaceful night continues, ask yourself one gentle question. What would your life look like if you relied less on motivation and more on quiet discipline? Perhaps the answer has been waiting within you all along. Because the loudest victories are usually born from the quietest moments. Choose your battles wisely. Not every battle deserves your energy. This was one of the quiet truths hidden within the world that Machiavelli observed. Wise leaders did not fight every challenge that appeared before them. They understood that every battle has a cost, even when it is won. Imagine a seasoned general standing over a map. His advisors urge him to attack from every direction. But he remains silent. He knows that dividing his forces weakens them all. Instead, he chooses one objective, one direction, one decisive victory. The same principle applies to the human mind. Many people exhaust themselves trying to solve every problem at once. They chase every opportunity, answer every criticism, and worry about every opinion. By the end of the day, they have spent their energy, yet accomplished very little. The focused person makes a different choice. They ask a simple question. Will this matter a year from now? If the answer is no, they often let it pass without giving it another moment of attention. This is not laziness. It is wisdom. Every unnecessary conflict steals time that could have been invested in something meaningful. Every pointless argument takes attention away from a greater purpose. As the night grows deeper, imagine laying down the burdens that were never yours to carry. Feel the weight becoming lighter. Notice how much clearer the path becomes when fewer distractions compete for your attention. A calm mind does not try to win every battle. It chooses the battles that truly shape its future. And in doing so, it quietly discovers a strength that endless conflict can never provide. See what others refuse to notice. One of the greatest advantages a general can possess is not a larger army. It is sharper observation. Machiavelli believed that those who truly understand the world spend more time watching than speaking. While others rush to express opinions, the wise quietly gather information. Imagine standing on a high stone tower overlooking an ancient city. From that height, every road becomes visible. You notice travelers arriving from distant lands. You see merchants preparing their stalls. You watch guards changing their positions. Nothing is hidden from someone willing to observe patiently. Life is much the same. Most people move so quickly that they never notice the patterns around them. They react before they understand. They judge before they listen. They speak before they think. But the disciplined mind chooses another path. It slows down. It watches. It asks questions. And because it observes more, it often understands what others completely miss. True focus is not only about concentrating on your goal. It is also about seeing reality clearly, without letting pride, fear, or emotion distort your vision. As this quiet journey continues, imagine becoming that silent observer. There is no need to prove your intelligence. No need to rush your decisions. Simply notice. Listen more carefully. Think more deeply. Because the person who sees clearly today will make better decisions tomorrow. And over time, those quiet decisions become the foundation of an extraordinary life. Master yourself before you lead others. Every great leader eventually discovers the same truth. The hardest person to lead is not an army, not a nation, but yourself. Machiavelli understood that power without self-control is fragile. A ruler who cannot govern his own emotions, habits, and desires will eventually lose control of everything else. Imagine an experienced general preparing for battle. Before giving orders to thousands of soldiers, he checks his own mind. Is fear influencing his judgment? Is pride hiding the truth? Is anger pushing him toward a reckless decision? Only after answering these questions does he move forward. This quiet habit separates wisdom from impulse. In everyday life, the same principle remains. We often believe our greatest obstacles are outside us. A difficult situation, a demanding job, a lack of opportunity. Yet many battles begin within. The temptation to quit, the desire for comfort, the habit of delaying important work until tomorrow. These invisible enemies quietly steal more dreams than any external challenge ever could. The disciplined mind responds differently. It keeps small promises. It follows healthy routines. It chooses long-term purpose over short-term pleasure. Day after day, these simple choices build a character that cannot easily be shaken. As the night grows calmer, imagine becoming the leader of your own thoughts. Not by force, but through quiet consistency. Because when you learn to guide yourself with patience, honesty, and discipline, you discover a kind of strength that no one can take away. And every lasting victory begins there. Within yourself. The strength of strategic patience. In every age, there have been people who confused speed with progress. They rushed into opportunities without preparation. They chased victories without understanding the cost. And many of them disappeared from history almost as quickly as they arrived. Machiavelli noticed that truly successful leaders rarely acted out of impatience. They understood that the right moment could be more valuable than immediate action. Imagine an archer standing quietly in the early morning light. The target is far away. A strong wind moves through the trees. Instead of releasing the arrow too soon, the archer waits. He studies the wind. He steadies his breathing. He allows the perfect moment to arrive. Only then does he let the arrow fly. The focused mind lives by the same principle. It does not mistake constant movement for meaningful progress. Sometimes the wisest action is to prepare a little longer, to learn a little more, to remain calm while others act without thinking. Patience is not the absence of ambition. It is ambition guided by wisdom. Every meaningful achievement requires time. A mighty oak begins as a tiny seed. A skilled commander begins as an inexperienced student. A disciplined life begins with one thoughtful decision repeated every day. As the quiet night continues, imagine yourself becoming like that patient archer. Calm, steady, unshaken by pressure. Trusting that careful preparation will always outlast reckless speed. Because those who master patience often reach destinations that the impatient never even see. The discipline to walk alone. There comes a moment in every meaningful journey when the path grows quiet. The crowd disappears. The applause fades. And the only voice that remains is your own. Machiavelli understood that leaders could not depend on constant approval. Public opinion changes like the wind. Those who chase acceptance often lose sight of their purpose. Imagine a lone traveler walking an ancient mountain road at dawn. The climb is steep. The air is cold. There are no cheering voices, no signs that promise an easy reward. Yet the traveler continues. Not because the journey is comfortable, but because the destination is worth the effort. The same is true for a focused life. There will be days when no one notices your progress. No one praises your discipline. No one understands the sacrifices you make. In those moments, remember that lasting success is rarely built in the spotlight. It is built in quiet mornings, in difficult choices, and in the courage to keep moving when no one is watching. The strongest people are not those who never feel doubt. They are the ones who continue despite it. They trust their principles more than temporary opinions. They measure progress by their own growth, not by the applause of strangers. As this peaceful night grows deeper, imagine yourself walking that silent road with confidence. Each step is steady. Each breath is calm. Each choice brings you closer to the person you are becoming. Because sometimes the greatest act of courage is to keep walking your path, even when you must walk it alone. The legacy of unshakable focus. As night settles deeper, imagine an old general standing alone after a long campaign. The battlefield is quiet. The sound of victory has faded. The banners no longer wave with excitement. Only silence remains. He does not measure his life by the number of battles he fought. He measures it by the discipline that carried him through each one. Machiavelli understood that true strength is not found in moments of glory. It is found in the habits that no one sees. The decision to remain calm when others panic. The courage to think before acting. The wisdom to protect your attention from endless distractions. These quiet choices slowly shape a remarkable life. Many people spend years searching for a secret formula for success. Yet the answer is often much simpler. Focus on what matters. Ignore what does not. Repeat that choice every single day. Over time, those ordinary decisions become extraordinary results. Imagine placing one stone upon another to build a fortress. A single stone seems unimportant. But after months, after years, it becomes a structure strong enough to withstand storms. Character is built the same way. Not in one dramatic moment, but through thousands of small decisions made with patience and purpose. As this chapter comes to a peaceful close, let one final thought remain with you. Your future is not created in a single day. It is quietly shaped by what you choose to focus on today. Guard your mind. Protect your time. Strengthen your discipline. And with every calm step forward, you become the architect of a life that refuses to be defeated. The courage to remain unmoved. There is a quiet kind of courage that history rarely celebrates. It is not the courage to charge into battle. It is the courage to remain calm when everything around you demands that you panic. Machiavelli observed that the strongest leaders were often the ones who refused to be controlled by chaos. While others reacted to every rumor, every setback, and every unexpected change, they remained steady. Imagine a mountain standing beneath a violent storm. The wind howls. Rain falls without mercy. Clouds hide the sun. Yet the mountain does not move. It has learned that storms are temporary. The same lesson applies to the human mind. Every life experiences moments of uncertainty. Plans fail. People leave. Opportunities disappear. But these moments do not define a person. Their response does. A focused mind does not waste energy asking, "Why is this happening to me?" Instead, it quietly asks, "What can I learn from this?" That single question transforms obstacles into teachers. Every challenge becomes another opportunity to grow wiser, stronger, and more disciplined. As the night becomes even quieter, imagine yourself becoming like that mountain. Calm in the middle of uncertainty. Steady when others lose direction. Patient when the world demands immediate reactions. Because true strength is not measured by how loudly you fight. It is measured by how peacefully you remain when life becomes difficult. And those who master that quiet courage often discover that no storm can permanently shake a disciplined mind. Think beyond the present moment. One of the greatest differences between ordinary people and remarkable leaders is the distance of their vision. Most people think about today. Some think about tomorrow. But the wisest minds think years ahead. Machiavelli understood that every decision creates consequences that may not appear immediately. A careless choice can seem harmless today, yet quietly shape the future in unexpected ways. Imagine an old gardener planting the seed of a mighty oak. He knows he may never enjoy its full shade. Still, he plants it with care. He waters it. He protects it. Because he understands that meaningful work is often done for the future, not for immediate reward. The focused mind follows the same path. It does not sacrifice lasting success for temporary comfort. It is willing to endure small hardships today in exchange for greater peace tomorrow. Every disciplined habit, every hour spent learning, every promise kept to yourself, becomes another seed planted in the garden of your future. At first, the changes seem almost invisible. But seasons pass. The roots grow deeper. The branches grow stronger. And one day, others notice the tree without ever seeing the years of quiet care that made it possible. As this peaceful night continues, imagine yourself planting those invisible seeds. Not with hurry. Not with doubt. But with confidence. Because every wise choice you make today becomes a silent gift to the person you will become tomorrow. And the future always belongs to those who prepare for it long before it arrives. The invisible war within. Every person fights a battle that no one else can see. It is not fought with swords. It is not fought on a battlefield. It is fought in the quiet moments between comfort and discipline. Machiavelli understood that before a leader could shape the world, he first had to master the conflict within himself. Every great achievement begins with a choice between what feels easy and what truly matters. Imagine a warrior sitting beside a small fire before dawn. The camp is silent. His armor rests beside him. Tomorrow's battle has not yet begun. But he knows the most important victory will not come from defeating another army. It will come from conquering his own fear. his own doubt, his own desire to give up. The same invisible war exists in every life. Each morning, comfort whispers, "Rest a little longer." Each evening, distraction quietly says, "You can begin tomorrow." These voices are gentle. They sound reasonable. And because of that, they become dangerous. The focused mind learns to recognize them without becoming their servant. It chooses purpose over excuses, action over hesitation, progress over perfection. Not because the journey is easy, but because every small victory over yourself strengthens your character. As the night grows peaceful, imagine those quiet inner voices slowly fading into silence. In their place, hear only the steady rhythm of your breathing, the calm beat of your heart, and the quiet confidence that comes from knowing this simple truth. The greatest victory you will ever achieve is the one that happens within your own mind. For when you master yourself, the world becomes far less difficult to face. Part 14. Become the calm in the storm. The greatest generals were not remembered because they never faced chaos. They were remembered because they remained calm while chaos surrounded them. Machiavelli observed that uncertainty is a constant companion of power. Plans change. Alliances shift. Unexpected challenges appear without warning. Those who panic become prisoners of the moment. Those who remain calm begin to see opportunities hidden inside the confusion. Imagine a ship crossing a dark sea. Massive waves rise against its wooden hull. The wind roars across the sails. The crew looks to their captain, waiting for a sign of fear. But the captain stands quietly at the helm. His breathing is steady. His eyes remain fixed on the horizon. He cannot control the storm, but he can control how he responds to it. Life offers the same lesson. There will always be moments when circumstances refuse to follow your plans. Unexpected failures, difficult conversations, dreams delayed longer than you hoped. These moments test more than your ability. They reveal your character. A disciplined mind does not ask for an easier journey. It prepares to become stronger with every challenge. Instead of resisting every storm, it learns how to navigate through it with patience and wisdom. As this peaceful night continues, imagine yourself standing beside that calm captain. The waves still rise. The wind still blows. Yet inside your mind, there is silence. A silence built through discipline. A confidence built through preparation. And a quiet certainty that every storm, no matter how powerful, will eventually pass. For those who refuse to lose are not the ones who never face hardship. They are the ones who remain steady until the skies become clear once again.